All right, hello everyone. Hope you're having a good weekend still. I was asked to, well, I don't know if I was asked to actually do this. A viewer made a response that they'd like to see some practical examples of the use of YAD. Now, I don't claim to be a YAD expert. Most of all my tools, and I don't have all the tools I've made out of YAD here. I've made a lot more than this that I no longer use. But nearly all the tools that I made, I coded with YAD. That include what's it called? A control center. God, I made a control center at one time that I included on a release. The welcome screen whenever you download Mio Linux and put it on the CD or DVD or USB to try it live. You get the welcome screen. That's coded with YAD. I do a lot with YAD, but I'm still not an expert. So I thought I'd maybe do a little series on things you can do with YAD and just go from there. Now today, what I thought I'd do is show how you can make a menu, an application menu with YAD. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. I'm going to give I'm going to give two examples. One will be a full screen menu, and the other will be like your normal, just take up a little sliver of your screen type menu. Now I do want to point out, you can always do man YAD. You can do that, and you can go through there and you can look at all the different options that YAD provides. But some of it's not that apparent of what you need to do to perform certain functions. So let's go ahead and, I went ahead and pulled this up, made this out. This first one's going to be a full screen menu. Now let me go ahead and increase the font. We'll go up to 18, just so you can see kind of what's going on. Let's see. I'd like to get this where all the dashes are. I'm not going to be able to. All right. Now what you're doing, this is a command. You are invoking YAD. This is for the full screen menu. You're invoking YAD, and you're telling it to read this directory, user share applications. You want to have it where when you click on an option in the menu, you want to only click on it one time, and that will choose the option. And if you hear a lawnmower outside, I apologize. You're telling it to use icons in the menu. I'm telling it to be undecorated, and all that means is it's doing away with the title bar up here. I'm giving it the full width of my screen. However, I have Tint 2. It's going to adjust to the size of Tint 2 down here, okay? I'm telling it to center itself on the screen. Now, there's a reason I have that. I don't need it if I'm using the full screen application. Looks like I have an extra space right there. You need one space in between each of these parts of the command. I'm telling it to center it because I'm going to demonstrate something if you don't want to use your full screen area. Close-on-unfocus, what that does is when you do a single click on an application, it will open that application and close the menu. And no buttons. All that is telling Usually when you have an application opened up using YAD, down on the bottom it will have some buttons down there like OK or cancel, close, something like that. I'm telling it not to use any buttons. Alright, so let's do this. Now I'm going to copy this. I'm going to open up my terminal. And I'm going to move my terminal over here. And I'm going to paste that in there. And now we will hit enter. And there's our full screen application menu. Now there are some drawbacks to this menu that I don't personally care for. It does not recognize applications that say not to be displayed, like this Python 2 here. Oh, great, I clicked on it. let me run that menu again. Like, I'm not going to click on it. Hopefully you can see my PyCom. That is driving me crazy not having that PyCom icon to show it. Anyway, in a normal menu, this Python here will not show. Let me show you. I'll show it to you in the open box menu. I don't remember which. I'm just going to go through each one. There's no Python, no Python, no Python, no Python, no Python, and no Python. So it doesn't recognize when an application says no display equals true. In other words, it doesn't differentiate if you don't want something showing in the menu or not. It's going to show anything that's in your applications folder. Now I'm going to fix this PyCom. I'm sorry to deviate from the from the purpose of this video, but this has been bothering me and I keep forgetting to fix it. So let me fix that real quick. You open up PC Man as root. And I'm going to go to user, share, applications. I don't know why Debian doesn't have the PyCom. Where is it? There it is. I don't know why they don't have that set to use the PyCom. Where's the icon? They don't even have the icon. Oh gosh. Okay. Icon equals PyCom. And save it. Look at, wait a minute. That's not it. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had a phone call. Had to take it. I realized I didn't have the root account showing the same icon theme as my regular account. So now that's right. Got the icon on PyCom. So I can close this. And now let's try that again and see if we have the PyCom actually showing. There it is, PyCom, and there's the lawnmower right next to us. Sorry about that. But anyway, what I was getting at, this menu doesn't differentiate between what's being told not to be displayed and what is to be displayed. So you'll have some items in this type of menu that you may not really ever use, but that might be okay with you if you're a minimalist and you don't want to add some extra type of menu software to your system. This might be exactly all you need. So I was going to show the difference. Let's see. And by the way, when I choose click on unfocus, let's see, I'll open, hold on, here comes the lawnmower. Seriously, guys? What I don't understand is these guys usually come on Thursdays. This is not Thursday. Here they come again. I'm going to click on nitrogen. Single click. It opens nitrogen, closes out the menu. But let me run that again. Let's say I open this menu and I'm looking and I think, oh God, I didn't want to open that. Now I have to close it. I can just come down here on my Tint 2 panel and click on that and it will close it. Or, let's see, move this over a little bit. Now let's say we don't want it to exactly cover the whole screen, but we still want a full screen type of menu. Well, let's change this to, I'm just throwing this out there. I don't know what it's going to look like. 1350 by 750. And this is why I have the center on here, so it'll be centered on the screen. Okay? So let's copy this. Oops. I really should just do this video later, but I'm not going to. I'm going to push through. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, now you see I have some area. It's still not short enough according to the bar, but I have some room over here on the sides. And if I decide I open this and I didn't really mean to, I change my mind, I don't want to open something, I can come over here on this open area and click and close it. Okay, so that's your full screen menu. Now we're going to do a compact menu. And what this is going to do, well, you'll see. But first, let me go over what's going on here. We're invoking YAD. We're telling it to read user share applications. We want it to operate with single click. In other words, I just have to click one time on an icon and it'll open that application. We want it to show the icons, but now instead of full screen, we want it to be compact. Okay? We want it to be undecorated. In other words, we don't want a title bar up here. We want it to have this width 250, which we can change. We want it the height of 500. We want the menu to appear wherever our mouse is. We don't have to do that. We can make it appear at a specific point on the screen. But usually, especially tiling window managers, if they want to have some type of a menu like this, they'd like it to just go ahead and appear wherever the mouse is. Again, we want it to close on unfocus. In other words, if we click anywhere outside of that menu, or when we open an application, we want the menu to close, and we want no buttons. We don't want an extra dialogue down here with buttons that say OK, close, whatever. So let's try this one out. Now I'm going to put my mouse, let's see, let me go ahead and paste this in here. Let me try to, let's see, let me move this over. I'm going to put my mouse right here so that you'll see it'll appear wherever the mouse is. Alright, here we go. And there's our compact menu. And as you see, it does not, like how OpenBox Configuration Manager it doesn't come down another line. So I think what we'll do is we'll increase that width a little bit. Okay. Let's increase the width to 280. Copy that. Let me minimize this. I did do 280, yeah. I'm going to put my mouse down here this time. Okay. Now we have, looks like everything is, I don't have a scroll bar down here on the bottom. So everything fits. I can read everything in that menu. So there you go. Let's try something. I'll just open up LeafPad. Click on that. It opens, the menu closes. So there you go.